Welcome to Jevim's research channel. Be advised that this channel is not for anyone under the age of 18. Also, the research and discoveries of this channel should not ever reflect the personal opinion or views of Jevim or her team unless publicly stated. Please understand that the opinions of the audience is also not a reflection of what or how Jevim feels. Let's bring a curious mind and open heart to these spaces for educational purposes only.
They were considered a sect of Christians who followed the Way of Cain. And their founder was, or one of their primary members, was Simon Magus, right? And the Way of Cain, you can also call the Sodom, the path of Sodom. And it involves, ultimately, the drinking of a child's ejaculate in a religious performance by one who has been anointed, who's called the Christos, right? So you can see why all of a sudden there's a pullback. This caused a huge reverberation. Remember Paul's immune to viper venom?
I didn't. Yeah.
He is. Nobody reads the Bible anymore, John. Why does nobody read the Bible? I'm sorry.
No, first of all, I have been reading some of your work for a little while now, so I have been desensitized to the intensity that some of these ideas can hit somebody when they receive it. So, because these are, to anybody, it reminds me of this. I was sitting with a colleague who's a psychologist at a gathering once. He was talking about his father, who's an anthropologist, that wrote a narrative about a tribe that lives off an island near New Zealand, and I think it's called The Magic Flute. The book is called The Magic Flute. It is about children who drink the ejaculate of the warrior men in order to somehow take in their masculinity and to be initiated into manhood.
To receive their essence, right?
Yes. Yeah. And that is an idea that not a lot of people come upon. So here you're talking about a pretty well-known tradition, worldwide well-known tradition, and these hidden aspects of it that hit somebody right between the eyes. So how do you come to that these Ophites were in fact doing that?
There's one of the early church fathers, Epiphanius, I think it was, is writing a work on against. These were popular at the time, against heresies. So there's, the church is not 2nd, 3rd, 4th century AD. The church is not unified at all, and there's all these schisms and all these different, infightings. And this group believes this, and this group. Just from day one, it was like this, because Simon Peter is fighting Simon Magus for the power and control. Because Simon Magus, who was a follower of the Christ, the morning star. Because we've all been reading Enoch. I'm sorry, it's the 1st century. We've all been reading Enoch, right? And Enoch is the guy who's talking about going to the different levels of heaven. And the anointed, the one who's supposed to come, set everything straight, set up the kingdom, and get rid of Romans. Supposed to do that, right? Right, we've all been reading this stuff. And so much so that Peter quotes it. Again, I'm sorry to keep going back to the Bible, but this is all kind of the,
go back to the Bible,
area of research.
And this muse is a dead girl that I am able to talk to via a practice handed down from the late Bronze Age. And she is able to resurrect in front of my very eyes the spirits of the dead. And I call them up one by one. I was talking just the other night with Lord Byron.
Mm-hmm.
And she was teaching me the Way of Cain through the song of Lord Byron. Isn't that interesting? It's always your sources. Always go to the sources. Just
a prophecy. And with following Balaam, and they called it the Way of Cain. So the fact that Lucifer and the throne is there, this talks about when he says, I'll give you ionic life. In that world, that child is accepted because they have been completely purged. They have no desire for that form of intercourse, right? They have no desire. Priests following the Way of Cain. Isn't that interesting? It's a trial, a temptation, and the child can come through it. Then we have in the catechetical schools, you on the Way of Cain. This is so great, you guys. It's the divine word of God. So what are we to believe? Nothing. We're just going to look at what the actual words say. That's all. We're going to take from that. Now, I'm going to set us up here one more time. We've got to go through one more wave. We're not quite there yet. We're going back, but we're not quite there yet. Jude's waiting in the wings, right? He's afraid now because of what I've been doing. He knows that I'm going to take you on the Way of Cain. This is so great, you guys. Everybody buckle up. Priests following the Way of Cain. Isn't that interesting? It's a trial. Where's the Way of Cain? The Way of Cain. Imagine that. Another mystery operating simultaneously. The Way of Cain. We got some angels here. Then they're always good looking, right? The Way of Cain. The Way of Cain. And tonight, that's where we need to go. That's where the dissatisfied, right? That's where the dissatisfied housewife of the Southern Baptist preacher. That's why she has to have some kind of mystery. The mood. I want you to take a look and absorb the imagery connected with the Way of Cain via Baudelaire's spirit. So I want to bring that out, and I want to point you to the Way of Cain. Yeah, I want to point you to the Way of Cain. And along the path to the Way of Cain is that place called Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah. And you'll be watching the sermons on Jude, and you won't get this. You won't get it at all. Notice that he said, what kind of people are these that come into your assemblies, that ooze their way in? How do these people get in there? All right, what kind of people are they? Well, he tells us they're the kind of people that enter into dream oracles. Yeah, what? These are people who get vision. Oh, these are people who are going through those rites. Yes, people. The mystery of anomia is in operation, right?
To is sodomizing him, following the way of Cain, right? He's administering that drug anally on his own medicated body part. Yeah. And that kid, follow the way of Cain, the mystery, the way of Cain, Lord Byron. And when you get there, you'll find the devil. And the devil will speak to you directly, and you will speak back directly. For those of you who have ears to hear, you know and respect this process. So again, it's necromancy, but you got to call up the dead to do that, right? Go get Byron, the Way of Cain, and working. Rob, do you have anything to say about the Way of Cain?
Yeah, I do. The Way of Cain. You've got to let him know how to get hold of the Way of Cain. It's a play. It's a play by Lord Byron. And it's worth a read. It's worth getting hold of it if you can, and give it a read. And as you read through it, you'll understand what Ammon's on about. You'll get the idea behind the Way of Cain. It's a very good read. I really enjoyed it myself.
Reason governs substance. That's what Hermotimus was contributing. That there is a quantum universe that exists, and that you can create within that universe, that it is mind. It is mind that acts upon the substance. Yeah. Hermotimus. That's quite revolutionary. Did they burn you? Yes, they burned him. They burned him alive. It's a good thing. It makes you wonder what happened to him as he was out. Because, if he was like Empedocles, he could go to sleep for 47 years, 56 years, whatever it was. Yeah. And come back. He could move through time like that. Yeah. These are the builders of your true civilization. Yeah. We are going to look at some hymns, but first.
Hey, I keep getting emails from these Ammonite followers, okay? I have proof these motherfuckers think this dude is a fucking god. And I am working on gathering up some people to do a panel so we can read these emails, because these people need to learn how ridiculous they sound, for one. Well, some of them are really good at questions, and brilliant people do reach out. But anyway, some of these people need to see, they need a wake-up call. Do you not realize how ridiculous you fucking sound right now? Calling this bald God, this is so fucking stupid. Oh, we're not praising any goddess here at all whatsoever. And all we keep talking about is Jesus and little boys. So what the fuck?
Good. Where are we in the cult? Remember, we're always putting our machine at we're looking for the cult at a specific time. Yep. There we go. With a little bit of a little bit of the Bible,
because I want you to know. I mean, why are we standing here tonight in the regalia that we're wearing? Why are we in it? Because this is what the sons of God do, right? Mine is as white as wool. You'll notice that because I am the morning star, right? I'll show you my kit. Yeah, we are the sons of Heracles. Nobody gets through Chewy tonight who doesn't have the proper attire. And we, as the morning star, we have the hair of wool. Let's bring it up. Bring up the revelation of the John. Welcome to the gymnasium. Here we go. We have a sponsor tonight too. It's an honor sponsor. Yes. We first give a shout out at this inception of the gymnasium. We give a shout out to the men and women of Ukraine who right now are fighting everyone's battle against the darkness. Thank you. Yes. Honor to those people. If those people can do that, surely we can put on a wig and a piece of lingerie, right? Something tasteful, right? Something nice, something honorable. So here we go. Look at this. We've got 3 so far. I've got Neil is waiting in the wings. We're waiting for Neil. We'll get to Neil. But right now, I want to go ahead and introduce Snappy, of course. Right, Snappy and Chthonius, right? How about some applause? Can we get some applause in there somewhere? Audio applause? No applause? Okay. No applause tonight, guys. Sorry, I meant to have that going. So here's what we're going to do. And by the way, thank you for understanding the kit and for getting it ready, right? That's fantastic. Okay. Here's the initiation, boys, round 1. Are you ready for this? Initiation, round 1. Please, you will both have exactly 60 seconds to answer the question. And the question is the struggle. Sons of Heracles, are you ready for this? Question number 1. Who is Jesus? 1 minute. Snappy, go.
Jesus is Baal. Jesus is he is basically a usurper of the mysteries who has taken advantage of the mysteries and the power of the divine feminine by usurping it in the name of Baal, Jupiter, Zeus, to impose an eternal order upon us. That's Jesus in a nutshell. He's force of
fantastic. Good throw. Okay, Chthonius, are you ready? You're going to find wherever his weakness is and put him down. My question to you is the same. Who is Jesus?
Jesus is the pedophilic mind meddler. He meddled the mysteries, and he is a copycat of Dionysus. He tried to follow in the great Dionysus' step, but he couldn't do it. And what he did is spread lies and rumors and take people's souls. That's all I got.
That's all you need. Point to Chthonius for not only bringing the argument, but bringing the force behind it. Because you feel that? I can feel that. And I'm the referee, so that's what I get to do. I get to make those calls. So that's 1 point. 1 point for Chthonius. Question number 2. We start out now with Chthonius. Question number 2. Have you ever been molested or physically groped by Jesus or one of his disciples?
Yes, I have. He molested my mind and twisted me from the truth when I was young. His religion was forced upon me, and it put a shadow in my mind. It blocked the light of the true gods, the Greek gods and goddesses. And what it did is it almost took my soul. But I found the gods and goddesses at an early age.
Excellent response. Nice throw. Okay, Neil, this looks like, excuse me, Snappy, this looks like, you know, good luck with this one. That was a great answer. Snappy, I'll read the question again. Have you ever been molested or physically groped by Jesus or one of his disciples?
Yes, quite literally. As a young person, I was very vulnerable. I was a queer person looking for help, and I was targeted by Christian extremists through friends, and I was brought to a youth group, and I confided in one of these priests about my feelings, and he took advantage of me and exploited me in the black room and molested my mind and made me hate myself for most of my life. And this is something that I've been dealing with until now, and it's brought me here. And this has given me the rage to fight against Christ, to fight against this oppression, and to see the abuse for what it is. So, yeah, I've seen the literal darkness that these people instill, and I'm here to wage war.
Oh, wow. Point to Snappy. That was one on a technicality of you brought it to the real. You know what I mean? You brought it down. I mean, I thought it was a great move. It was a great move by Chthonius, but wow, you came around it. Hey, people, if you can't appreciate that, nice. Okay, so we're 1-1. The deciding point of this section, this game, the match will be more than one game, but of this game is to this third question. We'll start with Snappy. What is the future of Christianity?
There is no future of Christianity. Its future is to be overthrown. Its future is to be turned into dust and to be forgotten. We need to rise up. We need to point out the oppression that it has caused. We need to take that role of the Satan, the accuser, and we need to expunge it from our history and show it for the pedophilic, awful cult of death that it is. That's, you know, the future of Christianity is nothing. It's stagnation. It seeks to stop time. It's anti-progress. It's anti-change. It's everything I oppose.
All right, good answer. You're coming into this. I don't know. That was this is a big decider. That was a pretty strong answer there. So I'm still riding on Snappy's abuser as well. I'm still riding on those fumes, you know what I mean? Because he's got righteous indignation here. You got, okay. Yeah, take a breath, Chthonius, and do it. Here we go. What is the future of Christianity?
Ashes. And it'll start with the Vatican. When the truth comes out, the Pope and the Catholic Church will lose all power. And those popes and the bishops and the Catholics that rape them little boys, to cast out the true daemon in them, to prevent them from being an oracle, that will be exposed. The Christians will awake and they will scream and they will be afraid. But once the light of the true gods and goddesses and that madness and that mania from Dionysus reaches them, and when Dionysus reaches them, through that mania, they'll find that enlightenment and that truth.
Wow. Okay. This is the worst part. This is the worst part because I know what I must do. When I heard it, we favor the moves of the son of Heracles, and what you just heard, the passion that is that movement to create complete freedom, unassailable freedom. It's like the underworld rules this place. You don't realize that, right? But the underworld rules this place. Would you be surprised to wake up and find that there was a separation of powers and that there was one power that ruled this ether and the other power that ruled... Okay, well, that's what they're looking at. That's the way that they're viewing the world. And all of this can be made visible to you if you can sit on the throne of Satan while you use these images, while you search these images. Okay, it unlocks. It's part. We're not supposed to tell it, but it works. If you can sit on the throne of Satan while you use these, and to sit on the throne, yeah, to bear the mark. Ooh, sit on the throne. You have the power when you sit on the throne. Yeah, polou thronos is many drugs. Yeah, throne, drug, fantastic. They're looking at it from how the drug functions, right? Boom. It's like I don't know what you'd call it, some kind of quantum stuff. Got a little dust up there. You can smell it. Drugs, animals, plants, things that you can take into your body. Got a little dust up there. You can smell it. This is fantastic.
There's a shot. You can enter into a state, orgiastic, mental,
It's gorgeous.
quantum state.
I want everybody there who can to be seated on the throne.
The throne of Satan. Not here.
What does that mean? The throne of Satan. What is the throne of Satan? You can watch 1,000 shows. You can watch 1,000 shows. You can watch 1,000 episodes on YouTube all about the throne of Satan, and none of them are correct. None of them. Tonight, I offer you, shut up, young. I offer you the throne of Satan. What is the throne of Satan? It is the place from which the satanic power is exercised. It is the star. And if you draw down the star, you can use the images provided by the dead to be born again. That gets us into a little background. You can brainwash them with pictures now. That gets us into a little necessary background. Stand and brainwash, and then we'll bring it back. Be brainwashed for a second. Real will help to thoroughly brainwash you. We've got a couple of real nice clips for you that we're going to look at that will help to thoroughly brainwash you. She means she is Christing. Yep, she is the first Christ. And she, in Christing, is entering herself into a state where she can drive you mad. It's therapeutic, people. It's therapeutic to watch yourself on the stage of life, to watch your own tyranny. Your religion is not what you think it is. Your God is not who you think he is. And you are not who you think you are. Thank you for coming tonight. And thank you for putting up with all of the interruptions. We still made it through. I want to say thank you to Teddy Bass because his latest album is gorgeous. And I want to thank him for that. And I want to thank Chewy for putting a lot of time into making videos. These videos are meant to control your brain.
The whip. People are curious about the whip. The symbolic, anything you can tell us about it. It's a mystery out there in the world.
Do you mean my whip? My Mastix? Yeah, my Mastix was involved in part of my life. Just imagine it this way. Catholic university students trying to understand how these people thought that they, as actresses and actors, that they were going to be portraying. Somebody told me when I did this, they said, "You're really Stanislavski," and I was like, "Who?" Or Stanislav? I don't know what it was, right? But I understand. I kind of understood it as like, oh, you're being realistic, right? So part of the whole witchy rite is the Bacchic whip and how it's employed in practice.
You know that Hilaria, they do the scourging.
Yeah. Lupercalia, they also, this is the body scourging. There is something about whipping someone within a rite that has real physical mental power to it. And so I took this whip. The reason this whip is so, it's just a horse crop, right? But I took it and used it in the table talks. And people were like, the very first thing they did, this chorus of furies that was going to be using the whip. Medea is depicted as whipping her dragons, right? We had these guys out there. How are you going to get into it? You have to show the actors, right? Our head actor was Medea, and she was phenomenal. And I knew that she had to see what it was like in antiquity in order to get it. So, she whipped me on stage in front of the other actors. Now imagine this. This is the greatest moment of my life. This is the greatest moment because we are closer to the reality of those texts than anything I could say. Anything I could say. And these students, they had been studying this play, and they'd been studying how Seneca, what he was putting into the language. I translated for him. And so the whip became, now you can imagine when administration found out what was going on. You can imagine what happened. This whip was one of the things that perpetuated me to the place that I could teach antiquity. At the same time, its Bacchic radiation dissolved my career. It dissolved it. And one professor stood up after one of the performances and he goes, you're gonna get fired. But incredible job. You could taste, with this whip, this will be my answer. Dion, this will be my answer. With this whip, I can bring you back 2,000 years. I can show you a way to bridge millennia of time. And it's just because the Bacchic rituals figured that kind of stuff out. So, hey, get ready for it. Everybody needs a good mastix, right?
Dusty ass goof, you soft like clay. Talking big game, but you ain't here to stay. You were born degenerate, zero fucking benefit. Half and half Benedict, wash out imminent. Claiming you're real, but it's all a front. Fake ass flexing in your little stunt. Trying to act tough, but we see through lies. Your weak ass vibe just don't hypnotize. Step to me now, I'm ready for war. Got my crew with me, yeah, we settle the score. There's anger inside, it's burning like fire. You wish you stayed quiet when you feel my ire. Dusty ass goof, you think you slick. I'm coming for you, yeah, I'm bringing that brick. You born degenerate, zero fucking benefit. Half and half Benedict, wash out imminent. Act like a king, but you ain't got no throne. Live in the shadows, always alone. You talk about dreams, but they fade away. In this game of life, you just a cliche. Step to me now, I'm ready for war. Got my crew with me, we settle the score. This anger inside is burning like fire. You wish you stayed quiet when you feel my ire. Dusty ass goof, you think you slick, but I'm coming for you. Yeah, I'm bringing that brick. You born degenerate, zero fucking benefit. Half and half Benedict, wash out imminent. So take your weak words and show them the side. In this battle of wills, I'm the one with the pride. Dusty ass goof, know your place in line. I'm the voice of truth. I'm ready to shine.
He's a fucking tweaker.